Hi guys, tonight on Telly Talk Show we have Tobias Sana, Swedish international who plays for CFCO Göteborg. Welcome to Telly Talk Show.
Thank you, thank you.
Sana, please can you tell us how you started your football career, please?
Yeah, it was in my village where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
It calls Angred, and it's in Angred we have a place where I grew up. We call Lövedet. It's a small team there who calls Mariholm, but now the name is like Angred MBIK is the team. I grew up there. I played there maybe from I was 5 years to I almost was 14. Then I moved to one team who calls Västra Frölunda, where I was playing for I think around 2 to 3 years. I was playing there, and then after I went to my first like how do I say like my first professional club like Kviding, and then I come to the first team. They was playing Division 1. I played there with them. I played with them for 2 seasons, and then I went to Gothenburg. Yes,
In 2007, 2008, that's when you signed your professional contract for Kuwait.
yes,
Just like you said, you played couple clubs before getting the chance to play for the men's football in Sweden.
exactly.
How was the feeling like when you had that chance to play in the men's football?
Yeah, of course, because when you're young, you don't really know how to achieve to be a football player. You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
But then when you start to play professional football in a club where you play on points and you start to earn some more money and this kind of stuff, then you realize, yeah. And when I was young, I went to school, and then I also like school and football. But then when I started to play professional football, then I was like only focused about football. Um, it was really exciting. That was always my dream. I think is that for everybody. When you love something so much, and you have a chance to work for it. So I thank God every day that I get this chance to play professional.
Wow, wow. And it says that you signed for Sweden when you were 17 years.
Yes, yes. I played Division 1 there. I played Division 1 there the first year. So yeah, you can say, but I don't know if we say in Sweden. I think maybe Division 1 is also like professional because you have to play there.
Okay, wow, wow. So basically, you signed for a men's team football at the age of 17 years,
Yes.
played in Division 1 and then in Superettan, which is the second league in Sweden.
Yeah.
In 2009, you had your breakthrough. Like everybody was talking about you here in Sweden. You had Malmo, Aiko, Drew Gordon, Hammarby after you. And you decided to stay in Gothenburg, where you are from. You signed for EFCO Gothenburg.
Yeah.
Tell us how was the feeling for you to sign for one of the biggest clubs in Sweden?
Yeah, of course, it's a special feeling, because I was playing Superettan and quitting. They didn't had like a lot of fans.
Mm-hmm.
But then to sign for EFCO, and everybody knows what kind of big club EFCO is. They have so many titles, they have everything, and all this kind of stuff. And then I played for a small team in Gothenburg, and to get that chance to play for EFCO, where you have watched some games on TV and all this kind of stuff, of course, it was a big dream to do.
Wow, I can't imagine how excited you were and your family, like people around you. But as a teenager playing for the biggest team in one of the biggest teams in Sweden, then
Yeah.
what was the challenges you faced?
Of course, it's always because when you play Super, I was playing all the game, and then suddenly I come from one division higher, then to play in top of the league in Sweden, especially for a team who fight for titles every year. Of course, it was challenge, because I played in Superettan, where we was a team who fight to stay in the league, in Superettan, and then to come to a to a team who fight for to win the gold all the time. Of course, it was difficult, and then it was a lot of good players. I don't mean like he was not a good player in Superettan. We had also good players there, but you cannot even compare to Allsvenskan and Allsvenskan players. You know, it was harder. The speed was more fast. It was more physical. Everything was better. You know, so you need to do everything better. I need to put some weight because I was quite skinny and all this kind of stuff, and the tempo was higher in training and all this kind of stuff. So in the beginning, it was really challenging for me. You know.
You were not eating much African food.
My daddy always said to me, "You need to eat more fufu." You know, I need to eat more fufu to get strong. But the only time I didn't eat it, sometimes it was only before game because I tried one time to do it. Charlie, I couldn't run after this. It was too heavy. My stomach was too heavy.
That, I bet since then you've never had fufu before a game.
Yeah, because my daddy always say, "Hey, you have white eyes, black. You cannot do like me." So I take this. I couldn't run, Charlie.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, can you please tell us um the racist situation you find yourself in growing up?
Yeah, you know, where my village where I grew up, you know, and all this kind of stuff. It was when I was young. It was like a criminals, you know. It's a lot criminals there, or a lot. It's some persons, you know. But you know, people have always, how do I say? They have always like things about us, where players who, or you know, people who come from there and all this kind of stuff. So when they thought you was in a type of way, you know. But not everybody. In all places I see where you grow up is always some if I can say some, you know, you understand what I mean? So I don't see it like in that kind of way. But of course I have had it, you know. I have met it a lot, you know. I did something on TV where I told where I grew up when I was 5 years old in my village, where one white man was telling her dog to chase these black guys, you know, me and my daddy, you know. So of course I have challenged a lot of stuff, you know.
Wow.
But for me, for me it was really, it was quite early. I was 5 years old, you know. I saw it for the first time, so it was difficult. But I hope we go into a world where we need to change this because it's important. Um, it's really important that we stop this kind of stuff, you know, with everybody, not only against black people, against everybody. You know, we don't need this racism.
But at 5 years, for
Yeah,
you to
yeah.
grow up and pass through all these challenges, how was it like for you to see this sort of stuff at this tender at the age of 5?
But you know, I have also strong family. I have, I can say, without my family, I will not achieve a lot of stuff. You know, I have a lot of support and all this kind of stuff. And my daddy always protect me from stuff and all this kind of stuff. Even my mom, my brothers, and all this kind of, but it was, of course, but I was young, but I remembered it, but I didn't understand it that this was, it was in that kind of way, you know. But now when I'm older and I have kid, I can see it, you know. But that time I didn't realize it like this. I only see a dog was chasing us. You understand what I mean?
What a that's super crazy, man. I don't know how. I'm sure it affects you mentally, just like you said. Now, when you're looking back, you feel like that was a crazy situation that you find yourself
Of
going
course.
and your dad.
Yeah, of course, of course. But imagine me, I'm half Swedish and half black, you know. Imagine my dad, how he was that time, you know.
What inspires you on and off the pitch as a football player?
Me, like, I always try to, you know, I want to be the same, you know, but of course on the pitch, I always want to work hard, you know. You understand what I mean?
Hmm.
I always want to work hard, but I also want to be like outside the pitch also to be the same. Work hard and help people if they need me and all this kind of stuff. You understand what I mean?
Guys, if any of you have ever had the chance to meet this guy, He's one of the best people I know, one of the best people I know. I can remember the first time I met you, it was like I've known you like forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the sort of person you are. You are so amazing. Like you care for people. You know, you treat everybody around you the same. And I know people who are here, people that know you testify it. Ajax came in 2009 after being one of the youngest best player in Elsvenska, and you had different like clubs that wanted you. You decided to choose Ajax. Why did you decide to move to Ajax in 2009?
Of course, is for me it was a simple way, you know, how they play. One of my idol is from there, particularly where I grew up. I had a lot of T-shirts when he played in Barca, but of course also Ibrahimovic played there. But also the most of the important stuff was how they play football. Still today, I love how they play football. This is the type of football I prefer to look at and all this kind of stuff. And so for me, it was a quite easy choice when you get an opportunity to get to a club like Ajax. To all young people, if they see this, whatever, I can give only the best thing. If you have option to go to Ajax, you should take it. Don't even hesitate. Take it for 100% because you will develop a lot in this football. I tell you.
He said Kudus Mohammed, who just
You
moved to
see.
Ajax last year from Ghana as well. When you compare the Dutch league and the great players you played with and played against, the standard during your time and now, how is the standard like?
Right now, I think I think it's quite. Yeah, I think it was. Football have also changed. It's higher tempo now. I think um, all these kind of things, and you have all this meet how you run and all this kind of stuff. You understand what I mean? But I think it's quite similar. But maybe the only thing I can say, maybe the football is a little bit faster right now compared to my time when I was there. But I think the team I had when I was there, we won the league 2 times and all this kind of stuff. So I think it's quite similar, and I still see Ajax a lot. And like you said, Kudus, I played against him and in Denmark, and I knew this guy is quality player, and all this kind of stuff. So no, I would say it's only the speed. I think it's the same. The league is the same now. It's still the teams who is in bottom still lose sometimes with a lot of goals. So I think the league is almost the same.
Yeah, just like you said, Clivet and Zlatan was your idols when Ajax came. You didn't think like you didn't even have a second thought. You just joined Ajax because you developed you. In Ajax,
Mm.
you played in the Champions League, you won the titles, but what was sort of the challenges you faced in Ajax that you thought that it was a very difficult moment for you?
Yeah, of course, you always get challenged. Like I told you, when I come to EFCO, it was also a big step. It was a lot of good players there, like always. But like I always said, I had a good start there. I played Champions League and this kind of stuff. And when you're in that kind of level, you need to play on your top all the time. Otherwise, they switch. It's like that. And we won games, and then um, coaches, when they win, they don't need to change. And this is how it is in football. You have your opportunity when they don't win. You understand what I mean? Then you have your opportunity to take your chance. And when in football, one game can change your life. You understand? That mentality I always have in a good way and in a bad way. But I think most of the time is in a good way. You understand? Especially when you're attacking player.
I think obviously, like I said, you're probably one of the most dangerous attacking players in Sweden here currently, and what you've done previously. But when you went to Ajax, yeah, you
Yeah.
were in Amsterdam. Did you ever go to red light?
If I went inside there,
Yes.
what you mean? If I went past this place many times. When people come, that's a famous place. I went
Mm-hmm.
past this if friends come, they want to go and look, and of course I've looked this kind of stuff. That I don't need to lie. I lived there for 3 years. Of course that place, but it's a lot of stuff, you know. I have seen it for sure.
I heard Amsterdam is crazy. The city is crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing city. If you have not been there, you need to go there. It's amazing city. I
I
tell
think
you that.
I need to book a flight to Amsterdam tomorrow.
You need to go there to stay there and also watch football and be there. People there is really nice, and it's a really good city, I tell you.
You then had your call up to the Swedish national team.
Yeah.
Your first game, you're probably the man of the match. It was against Germany, or I can't remember. But how is it like to represent your country, a country that you were born and raised?
Of course, like I always say, to play for teams and to do all this kind of stuff, my friend, it's always big. But to play for a national team is the biggest thing you can do, because you play for your country. You understand? I'm born and raised here, and all this kind of stuff. You understand what I mean? So the biggest thing, it was proud, you know, when I see my daddy and I see my mom and I see my brother and all this kind of stuff. Hey, to play for national team is the biggest thing you can do, like a football player, I think, to represent your country. You understand what I mean? Because then for that moment, just for that moment, then you are one of those best the coach bring you, you know. You understand?
That's true. I think every player represent their country and get a call to be able
Yeah.
to play for your country. So amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody, and you get seen like worldwide. You know, is your dad half Ghanaian, or is your dad Ghanaian, or is he half Burkina Faso, or is he like, because on Wikipedia it says your dad is from Burkina Faso.
The thing is, like now, if my family see this from Ghana, they will get mental. You understand what I mean? But the thing is, my daddy and his parents is from Burkina Faso. But the thing is, my daddy grew up in Ghana. He speak Hausa and Twi and all this, and we have a house in Kumasi. And I have been, every time I have been in Ghana, I always go to, every time I've been in Africa, we go to Ghana. We have a house in Ghana, you know. So if you ask me, I would say, you know, I would say you know, my daddy is from Burkina Faso, but me, I'm Ghanaian, you know. If you ask me, I'm this, you know, because we have a house there and all this kind of stuff, you know. If I go to Africa, I go to Ghana, and we have a house in Kumasi.
What's your favorite Ghanaian food?
No, most of the time my dad is making this fufu. When he make this for me with this meat and this soup, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I love most. But then he do rice and with meat and all this kind of stuff. But the most I like fufu. The taste when you take this jam, or how you say it in English. Take this and you put in those sauce and you eat it. Ay ay ay, it's perfect. You can eat one time a day. If you want to go on diet, you eat one time a day. Then you don't need to eat anymore.
So I need to eat again with the soup. Then you just sleep.
Exactly.
In 2015, you signed for Malmo,
Yeah.
another big move
Yeah.
after they sold Emil Forsberg.
Yeah.
When you were coming to Malmo, what sort of pressure did you have on you, knowing that you are coming from Ajax, a big club in Holland, coming to Malmo, another big club in Sweden, and then they sold their best player by then. You were his replacement. How was the pressure like?
To be honest with you, I've never put pressure on myself like this, because, like I say, I thank God every day that I can play football and earn on it, you know. So I don't put pressure like that. But of course, I always want to perform, and I always want to work hard every day to get better. But I don't see it in that kind of way, because I always see it, for me, I didn't put pressure on myself. The only thing I said, I don't need to show. I know who I am, but I want to give them everything. And the only thing I can say, every day I was there, I tried to give my best, even if I didn't play and whatever. And that's what I always say. That day I finished with my football, I want to watch myself in the mirror and said, yeah, I did everything what I could. You understand what I mean? So I didn't felt like I had this pressure. And like your question that they sold Emil and they bought me. It's only like, how do I say, that they bring me, that they bring me instead of him, that they mean that I also have the same kind of quality like him. You understand what I mean? So I see it in that way, in a positive way. And I come to a team where we won titles, and you understand what I mean?
That's just like you said. They sold player, and when they watch the whole Europe, Sweden, Swedish players playing outside Sweden, you were their first hit. So, like you said, you were coming from one of the best teams in Europe, Ajax. So obviously they saw how talented and how good you are. You've played in the Champions League for like a couple years with Ajax,
Yes.
Malmo. How is it like when you stand and you are feeling the Champions League song?
Oh, I tell you, I used to play in my village. I used to play with my friends, and we used to put this song, Champions League song. We put it when we play on a small pitch. We put it. But that day when I make my debut with Ajax against Dortmund, it was something special. When you hear this song, I was like, oh, this one is something I will remember. It was really nice. But the tempo was high. They had really good team, this Dortmund. In front, they had Lewandowski, Mario Götze. That time was really amazing. Then they had Royce. They have Jakub Blasewski. Like, they had really, really, really good team. They had Gundogan. They had Hummels. They had so good team that time.
I don't know how it feels like playing the Champions League. Even if you are watching these top games in the Champions League, you can feel how good it is to play in the Champions. You have a daughter, am I right?
Yes.
How does she inspire you when you wake up in the morning? Your daughter, I've seen the relationship you and her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
has she changed you as a person?
Oh my days. Yeah, 100%. She have changed me. Like, in a way, I thought, my mom and my daddy and my brothers, I loved them. I thought I couldn't love somebody more than that, but my daughter is something special. How I love this girl, how I want to protect her. I know I cannot protect her from everything, but I want to give her the best thing. Like education in life, also with love, I think you can buy stuff for a kid, you can do this, but I think the most important for a parent, it is to give love, to be there, to do funny stuff with her, but also tell her the truth and be hard and all this kind of stuff. But she have changed me with everything. That love I have for her is something special, my friend. I cannot even explain, because you need to have a kid to understand that. But for me, she have changed me in many ways. If I had a bad game, then I come home and I see her smile. That is my everything. You understand? It doesn't matter that I have had a bad game. Of course, I never want to be I never want to do a bad game. But when I see her, she make me smile. This is my love, my daughter. I die for her.
Bro, for me, all I can say is I know she has one of the best dads in this world. I know, like,
Thank
how
you very much.
of her, and I know the sort of person you are, and she's probably one of the happiest daughters.
Thank you. I
You,
appreciate your
you
words.
to August 2017
Yeah,
in Denmark.
yeah.
When you went to Aarhus, all of the sudden you were the captain. What was the responsibility behind it? How is it like to be a captain for the club?
Course. I always said, it's really important that you take care of the young people who don't have a lot of experience, that you take care of them, you make them feel welcome. Because, when you're young and you come to a first team, it's difficult to find your place. But as fast as possible, you help them to come and find their space and what they can do and what not, and they can feel themselves. I think they can improve. And that's what I feel like. I am like a captain. I want to be like, I want to help the young players, because the old players, I can put the demands on them, because they know and they have been professional, so I can put the mind on them. But the young boys, I want them to feel as comfortable as they can, so they can perform, and also that they can develop and learn. You know, when you feel comfortable in life, then you know you everything you are doing, that it make you calmness in life and all this kind of stuff. I want, that's me like a captain. I want really to take care of them. I did that in Denmark also, so it was, yeah, always mean a lot to me. They helped me a lot in my football career, because I had like some bad years there where they give me a chance. They helped me a lot. That club is special in my heart, because I think also that was also one of my best moments in my life, to play football there.
Yeah, I was coming there just like you said. You scored 16 goals in Aarhus. Would you say that was the moment that you felt that you are back on your top form in football again?
No, yeah, a little bit, because when I showed that, but that also the difference was that that time the coach he switched me to play number 10. I have never played 10 before. I played winger, but then he said me, the first day the coach come, he said, you are my number 10. And from that, he went like this with goals and assists and all this kind of stuff. So, but of course, when you score a lot of goals and this kind of stuff, yes, that make no. If I say it was tough form, but it also make me like I played a lot of games. I think I played 70 games in 2 seasons, and it was a long time ago where I played that many games. You know, so I felt like to be a football player, if you want to see the best in football play, you need to give them time to play. If they play 90 minutes, you will see the development. What I mean. So for me, the coach in this, he had so much belief in me, and he give me captain, and he also give me captain games, and then he also give me a responsibility in corners, all this kind of stuff. So I was really happy.
Like you said, playing football, you need coaches to trust you. You know, you need coaches to have your back when you're not playing good. And then when you went to Denmark, boy, yes, you scored some crazy goals in Denmark. I can't even remember some of them. Like everybody was talking about you again here in Sweden. You know, would you say in Malmo the coach did not give you that trust for you to play the best of your football?
I will not say that like that, but I said I can say like, of course, I didn't get that minutes I really want to, but to his defense also, because I need to also see it. We won a lot of games there, so why should he change a winning team? But of course, I felt like, yeah, you can ask my one of my best friends who I played with there, Kofi Eno Kwadu. You know him really well. That I always trained good there. I felt like I was in top shape every time I played. You understand what I mean? Um, so I will not see it in that way, because I don't want to put blame in coaches, but of course you need to get minutes to show yourself. You understand what I mean? But I can see also why he didn't, because we won games and we won the titles. So yeah, I don't want to see it in that way. But the thing was, in Denmark, the coach he make me play a lot, and he give me a big role, and he changed me. That's what I want to say. Because when I come to Denmark, the coach he switched me to I think my best position on the pitch.
Yeah, you were on fire in Denmark. And that made you here for good.
Yeah,
2019.
yeah,
So the return of Tobias Sana, you were coming back home
yeah.
where everything started for you. The whole world heard about you. I asked him for you in 2019, signing for EFCO Göteberg again for the second time.
Hmm.
How excited were you to come back home?
Yeah, I was, you know, my daughter was living here and all this kind of stuff. I was excited to be close to my family. My family can come and watch me, but to come back to EFCO is my home. This is my home. Uh, I feel comfortable. My first day when I was back there, the second time, this time I was there, the first day was like I was home. I knew some people there who was staying. It was like I was back home. I was really happy to be back in my club and all this kind of stuff and to play for AFCO. This is my club, you know. I cannot say nothing more than that. I'm happy to be here. I was really excited. I was a little bit, for the first time in many years, I was a little bit like nervous to play a game, you know, the first game. So it was a nice feeling. Really, really nice feeling.
And you just mentioned nervous. What's the nervous moment in your football career? You tell us, please.
That time,
Really, coming back to EFCO?
no, but it was like not nervous, but like how do I say, like a little bit, you know, where you can be not nervous in that way that I'm stressed, but more like I'm excited. You
Yes.
understand? Nervous in that kind of way. That one day before the game that I couldn't sleep so well because I want to play. You understand what I mean? More like that happiness, not nervous. Like, oh shit, if I play game, I don't want the ball. It was not that kind of. It was more excited, nervous. You understand what I mean? In a good way.
And now you are the captain. The second or the third time being a captain. Somebody just said, ask him about the new coach. EFCO.
Right now. Yeah, I
Yes.
had him before. No, of course, it's a we have number. I want to say our first captain is Robin Schroeder, but he have been injured. I hope he now he's coming back. I hope he can stay fit because he's a good player. He's the first captain. I'm assistant captain. That's why I've been the captain for the team. But yeah, it's a big honor. You understand what I mean? To be for my club to be captain is a big honor. You understand what I mean? Um, but the new coach, I have known him before, so I know what kind of coach he is. He like to win a lot, so he expect us to win and all this kind of stuff. So he put pressure and all this kind of stuff. He's good.
Now that crazy moment, you've had few crazy moments on the pitch, but the one I remember, that crazy moment you had when we were playing in Malmo against Göteborg, jogging on the touchline, and
Yeah,
then boom, it just went from 0 to 100.
yeah.
What?
What was throwing against me, or what you mean?
Because I think a
Mm,
fans, EFCO fans shoot something towards you, and then you turned around to react.
mm.
Could you remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
moment?
I remember the whole situation. Yeah, I know it. I remember it. No, it was, you know, I get a bomb against me, and then I went and then I took a corn flag and throw it. I'm not proud of this moment, you know. I'm sad that this moment was, but I was so angry. I don't defend it. I don't say that it was a good choice for me and all this kind of stuff. It was not. Um, like this. Uh, but I remember it, it was a crazy one. But now we have went many years. I'm back in my team. I'm happy they have taken me back with open arms, and the fans have been really nice to me. So yeah, for me, when they throw this, I see it now. When somebody throws something on you, and they was like angry, then I see it more like a love. You understand what I mean? Then I have done something good for them. You know, you understand what I mean? So I have not think about it for long time, and I put it long time away in the garbage. You know, I'm only happy to be back home.
So I think EFCO fans love you. The love they have for you is crazy. Like when you were coming back,
Mm.
the way they received you, the club received you and showed you love from the beginning till now. I can see that. Who knows? But you probably gonna end up working for them one day as a sport director or something because the club actually love you.
Yeah, it would be a dream, you know. This is my club, like I say. I'm happy to be home and to play for the club, and you know, and all this kind of stuff. You know, I really want to. Yeah, I'm happy to. Number one, I'm also happy to get this chance to come and play here, to be close to my family. I need to thank a lot of people who make this chance available, like Poya, who was coach that time, who bring me Pontifonori, who was sport director. Kenneth, who was also sport director, Max, who was director. All these kind of people, they really was giving me this opportunity to come back. And I always said I want to come back where I can give something. I don't want to come back where I cannot give something, and all this kind of stuff. So I feel I have many more years to give them. So I hope I can stay for many years.
Before we leave, tell us the difference that helped you during your encounter in Sweden, in Holland, and in
Mm.
Denmark.
You mean the different, or you mean the? I
Agenda.
think I think all this kind of league from the beginning. When I was first time in Allsvenskan, I was a dribbler. I was one against one player, core, come down, pass my player, make cross, and all this kind of stuff. I was that kind of type. And then when I come to it was like when I come to Holland, then he also changed me in that kind of way to finish, one touch game, all this kind of. I develop a lot as a player. They teach me a lot, really a lot in that kind of way. That's why I think my best position now is number 10. um when I was in Ajax, they changed my playing style a little bit, developed me in a type of way where I feel like I'm a much better football player now than when I was that time.
Wow.
And Denmark also, they give me the opportunity to play number 10. And that's why I think when I was Ajax, they make me more like a number 10 because I was wing, and then they play me sometimes midfield also. And I think I love to play central.
Wow. Wow. I can imagine, of course. Yeah, just like you said, you came to Denmark and now you're number 10 and captain in EFO.
Yeah.
Please tell us the best player you played with in country and club. Who is the best player you played with?
Um, I would say in national team is Ibrahimovic. We don't need even to say. This is 100% Ibrahimovic.
And
Um,
club side?
in club side, I think it's Christian Eriksen. No, for sure it's Christian Eriksen.
Or you played with him at Ajax, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Do you think Ibrahimovic is like inspired every player from Sweden, or
I think Ibrahimovic inspired not only in Sweden, a lot of people outside. That kind of guy, what kind of mentality have? He's. I think he's 40 this year or next year. Look what kind of body have. Look, okay, missed the Euro Cup now, but he's what kind of age he is, and he's still playing on top. I think if he didn't have this kind of injury like he had this year, a lot of small injuries, be out 5 6 weeks, 8 weeks there, I think Villa would win the league.
bro, Zlatan? I don't know, but like you said, he's almost 40, 41, and he's still playing like a 20 years old. His
Some
confidence is crazy.
his
Like
level is something else.
the way he believes in himself. If if you don't take care, like just like people do judge him with that, but like you said, he doesn't care, and he always prove it. You know, he prove it on the pitch. And
This
yeah,
one, yeah.
I agree with you. Not only in Sweden, but the whole world fight every player. Every player look at that and be like, damn, I want to be like him. Damn, I want to